But yeah. So this is Flat's video about Twitch's Viewbot epidemic. And I actually genuinely wanted to see what the main man himself, God Gamer Flat, says about this. Because I'm actually genuinely interested on how the hell what's going on. Wrong scene. What's going on and how Twitch is gonna, or what even the fuck Twitch is gonna do about it. Because it's low key fucking stupid.
Streaming has never been bigger. In the year 2026, right now, we have IRL streamers taking over, making mainstream news, as well as mainstream artists like Doja Cat playing Overwatch on Twitch. And you would think, well, this would be a good thing. It means it's more mainstream, more people that watch streams, more content to be available. And honestly, I think it might be the worst timeline we could be in. Why do I say that? Well, as a content creator, for the last year, I would say, and the last few years, within the last year specifically, the topic of viewbotting has been really hot. And quite frankly, it's a really dark ecosystem that goes on where you can viewbot your way to the top of the charts. And there's ways you could do that where your live stream just has a higher number of viewers, more followers, more chatters that are just bot chatters chatting along. Or you could go the other route, which isn't really viewbotting, but like it's a way to take over algorithms, which is through clipping. I actually ended up trying some clipping stuff recently with my streams, and I ended up not doing it anymore. But I'll share my experience on that in a sec. But the reason why I even wanted to talk about any of this is because Twitch recently put out a statement as of a couple hours ago. So directly from Twitch, a note on our work combating viewbotting from CEO Dan Clancy. There's been a lot.
I will say, I've seen this. It's shit. It's quite literally a shit fucking resolution. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, Dan Clancy is clearly just looking at fucking big titty fucking girl streamers, dude, 100% of the time. They don't even know what the fuck he's doing half the time. Like, I swear to God.
A lot of discussion recently about viewbotting on Twitch, and I wanted to share an update on our enforcement efforts. Viewbotting is bad for business. We don't benefit from it, and we believe it harms creator ecosystems overall. However, effectively combating viewbotting is a challenge. As we develop updates to our real-time detection algorithms, viewbotting companies quickly respond with updates to avoid detection. Also, our detection systems must be precise to ensure that legitimate viewers are appropriately counted. And I read this first sentence of viewbotting is bad for business. We don't benefit from it. And I just kind of can't help but laugh. For those who don't remember, last year, Twitch tried to step in and, take a stance versus viewbotting. And it basically crushed everyone's numbers who was probably legitimately streaming, especially if you were.
I think he's talking about the lurkers. If you don't remember, Twitch, I think they fucked with like the activity. Like if basically it would cancel lurkers if people weren't like typing in chat actively or doing whatever. I thought it was like a fake account or some stupid shit. So a lot of numbers fucking went down because a lot of people that have like a lot of like lurker friendly or like friendlier streams for people that like work all the time just got fucking dick down.
One that had any drops viewership. Drops is a totally different thing. I'll talk about that too. I think I have a little bit of insight into that over my years of Overwatch and with Rivals. But basically what ended up happening is a lot of like lurkers weren't getting.
It did affect you, Froggy. You're right. You went from being one of the top 10 streamers in the world to bottom 18.
Detected, and people's viewerships kind of cratered, and now they walked it back mostly right away. And then you notice that the people who maybe were thought of to be viewbotting, and the people that I've definitely seen, like if you look into some streaming categories, especially ones that if you know a game is doing a lot of sponsors, you'll see like some people that are around like the 3,000 to 4,000 viewership range. And I've seen before, and I'm like, this guy literally doesn't have a single person chatting. How the hell does he have 4,000 viewers? And it's not like,
Side note, as he's talking about this, on TikTok, this is where I saw this. There was a guy looking at like smaller content creators and whatnot, or like, I think he was trying to find like small content creators. He literally found a stream What was that? A stream of view, like someone actively viewbotting and testing out their fucking viewbots, and like nothing was getting done. It's fucking crazy.
Slow chat. There's a difference. I typically have a slow chat because I have an older audience. I'm talking.
Shots fired. Chat, I'm old. I'm official unk status now. Prepare the burials.
Talking zero. And they get sponsors like quite frequently. And I know how much those sponsorships can pay.
And he's not talking about like stream element sponsors, which I sometimes do. Because they just cast a net out and anyone can fucking apply, right? He's talking about like genuine, like actual what was it? Actual companies reaching out and actually trying to do shit with these people. And a lot of this you can get a lot of fucking money from. Like, on God, you can.
And they're potentially thousands of dollars. Hell, if you get the insane ones, they could be tens of thousands of dollars. And they're not fucking real. Crazy. And as a creator, you sit there and you look at all these people that are basically cheating and you go, well, Twitch is a kingmaker platform where if you're not in, say, the top row or hell, even the top 3 slots, you're effectively not growing. You are forced to be using YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever.
You quite literally have to use everything else to grow on Twitch. Like literally if you go online and you search up like best way to grow on Twitch 2026, hell, even like 2025, they'll give you the same fucking answer of take your video. They literally say take your stream, clip it, post it to your stories on fucking on Instagram, post it to TikTok, go to YouTube Shorts, repost this, do that, post it online. Like literally go on every single thing you can think of and just post your fucking clips. A lot of people are even saying, fuck it, just don't even like make, like clips, like, like live clips, like literally just like stage a bunch of fucking clips and shit and just post it and just direct people over to your Twitch. Twitch is so saturated right now, you have to literally grab people from everywhere else just to bring them in, and it's fucking crazy.
For else platforms to drive people
which used to not actually be the case. Before, you could actually stream and get to know actual like the discoverability. Even just like 10 years ago was fucking crazy.
Over to it, and they say that it doesn't hurt them or it hurts their business, but realistically, I don't think it does, because then they can go to an advertiser and say, hey, we have 2 billion.
I mean, I think he's about to say this, but it's like, if I'm streaming on TikTok and Twitch and everything else, sorry, if I'm fucking co-streaming on YouTube and TikTok while on Twitch and doing whatever the fuck, and for the best viewing experiences on Twitch, you're actually grabbing people and bring them over to Twitch. It's like grabbing people from like and having them sign into like a different TV channel, change the radio station for your show, shit like that.
Million views this month. Like that's a lot of eyeballs on your potential product, as opposed to if they created Viewbotting. Now all of a sudden it's 800 million. That's worth a whole lot less money. Granted, you then can say, obviously, with advertisements, like what's the return on investment, right? Like if they're putting money in it at 2 billion and there's not actually 2 billion, it's actually closer to like 500 million people or whatever they was actually watching, like they're going to be able to tell a difference. But are they? Because how do you even get feedback on that? Unless it's a clickable link or they're buying tickets specifically through an advertisement on Twitch.
Which is like even the stream elements stuff. Like when I did, what was that? Arclight Enfield, right? The way I got paid is if I streamed in the category for 2 hours, I got like $20. It was like 18 something after fucking taxes. It was whatever. It literally bought me lunch for like a day and everything. But I had a link that if people clicked on that link and signed into account, I got money. And then if an account got associated to a certain level, I got even more money. I mean, it even just works with like with like poggers. Like if you click my link, and the more people that use it, the more people that buy it. You know, clearly I'm like better off to the company because that's a valid thing. Or people use my code Terror 10% off, by the way. And whatnot. It's just the only metric they can use, right? Versus actual like views where it's fucking you know. Like I mean, even like the biggest creators, I mean, like even like iShow Speed has like what 40,000 average viewers, I'd say. You know, that's 40, and I'm not saying he's viewbotting. That's 40,000 actual people watching his stream versus, you know, Bucktooth Bill over here, who is probably just fucking in just chatting, cranking up his numbers to make himself look better, which aren't views, but there's no way to tell.
Tracking a lot of that metrics is hard outside of just eyeballs or views. And views is something that is king in the creator space, and that's why people also hire clippers, because they want your content to be viewed everywhere. Like I said, if you're not at the top of the Twitch category, you need people coming in from outside of it. And one of the best things you can quote unquote do is hire clippers or clipping services that will come in, clip all of your content, put it everywhere. And then, I mean, it's possible, I'm not saying that a lot of them do, but some probably do, where they might even bot their clips higher up, right?
And you don't even have to think about just like, so there are people that will come in and like basically clip your entire stream for you, right? But then there's also editors for those, like for like the short form clips. I see it all the fucking time on Twitter, right? Like I'll go on what was it, fucking VGen, that's what I'm looking for, VGen, right? I'll go on VGen, or like and if you just go to like clipping editor, right? These people fucking like are so fucking
tell me.
What the fuck did I just click on? Like they're like, that's basically what people are doing now. They're saying forget like art. Like these people are like full on going through clipping shit, and then you also paying them to edit them. It's a whole fucking industry, and it's crazy ever since the rise of TikTok.
Because the way it works is that like streamer or content creator says like, hey, I'll give you $5,000. Here's your budget for the month. And then that clipper takes like a percentage, and then they have like a pot, right? Where it's like, oh, you know, everybody that's in this clipping Discord, you know, you get to distribute $4,000 between you, and like whoever gets like the most views, like you get percentages of it. Wouldn't they
clickbait
they kind of be incentivized to get even more views on those videos?
They would. I mean, it's honestly just like, it's just a stat padding at that fucking point. It's if I can spend X amount of money to make myself look better, right? And the ROI is higher than what I'm putting into that, it's honestly just a no fucking brainer at that point. It really is. I mean, it's just like people in like the corporate America that will like I know people that are like data analysts and everything else like this. One of my good friends is actually a data analyst. He's like my job could honestly be automated. He's like he literally made a Excel sorry, not an Excel spreadsheet. He's a bot that takes everything from the Excel spreadsheet, analyzes it, and shoots out the fucking numbers. Like everything that he needs. And he was just fucking cranking that shit out. He got, I think, like 2 raises and everything, and then he didn't quit the job because he hated it, and he found like a better job for him, and whatnot. But I mean, it's like the same fucking thing. It's, oh, to get, you know, like $1,000, right? I need to have more views than this person. Well, if I invest $300 into fucking Viewbotting, and there you go. Now I'm like at $700 profit, and I've done dick, right? I've done like jack shit. And then you can just stack that too. Because you could probably pay for like that same view bots to go to multiple videos and just cash out.
Which means that they might even view bot their own clips to get the clips even higher. To get the clips even higher, then it's in front of more people. And it's kind of a really weird cycle. And, you know.
And you see it a lot on TikTok too. Like genuinely, if you like, I have done this before on my FYP. Is I've gone to like the comment sections of like videos that have like a fuck ton of likes, right? And whatnot. And you will see, I don't know if you know this, but if you hold down the comments button on TikTok, you will get, it's like a list of like 3 or 4 emojis like in a row, like the 3 eye looking emojis, like the 3 hearts or whatever. So you can like, just like quick comment that shit. And you will just see like a video with like a few thousand views, a couple hundred likes, and like 2 comments, and that will be it. I'm like, the math doesn't math, right? You would think there would be like a few like, you know, normal fucking responses. They're not even using pictures. Like how like a trend on TikTok right now is it's a still photo with music playing in the background, and it says, and it's like a scenario like your ex just texted you, reply in the comments with your answers, and it's just comment bait at that point, and it's just people with fucking memes and gifs and everything. It's fucking crazy. But it's like what the like you don't even see that. You see fucking like 2 or 3 like comments of the auto select shit, and it's fucking crazy.
Scary stuff, honestly. There's a lot more to be said there, but I want to keep reading because this gets kind of important. Twitch goes on to say, today we're introducing an enforcement type that we plan to roll out over the next few weeks. For channels identified as persistently viewbotting, we will apply a cap to the streamer's CCV for a fixed period of time.
CCV is basically the number that you see. So when you're on Twitch's website, right? And even if you're just like browsing, you will see like how many views, like it will tell you how many viewers are in there. And then I think that's on the left, and then on the right is like the length of time, or it's flipped or whatever the hell. So basically what they're saying is they're going to cap the total number of viewers that they think like are actual like people in the like the legitimate people in that stream. So someone with like 2,000 viewers could cap out at like 250 because there are 250 actual like accounts.
And all of Twitch's surfaces. The cap will be based upon historical data regarding the creator's viewbotted traffic. Repeated violations will result in longer penalties. Streamers will be notified when an enforcement is applied, along with the duration of the penalty, and can appeal through the appeals portal. So
that's rude. People want to lurk. Well, that's what they're saying too. Let me just back up real quick. Is based on the historical data, right? So like on Twitch right now, if I wanted to, give me a second here, I can actually go to like an overview of like my Twitch account, right? And you can see it here. And this is quite literally, I mean, I can even just set this to fucking, to the first of the year, and I can update it. And this quite literally is the information they can look at. Genuinely. They can fucking look at, right? I'm on average 2.5 viewers. I have 22 followers, 41 subscribers. Made $107, and I've streamed for 148 hours and 27 minutes, and whatnot. And so basically, they can take that, they can just take this information, or hell, they can even just go back like, even if I were to go back to like 2025, they can see all of this, right? And whatnot. So basically what they're saying is that they're just going to be taking this information and then seeing, oh, okay, so Terra over here has on average since the 1st of 2025. Let's make that 2026. Hold on. I don't want to fucking update GBIS. Whatever. The 1st of 2025. Okay, the average is like 2.6 viewers. I've gotten in 10 viewers before. I've gotten what's it called? I've gotten like 10 viewers. I've gotten fucking 1 viewer, right? Like I've gotten like all this stuff, right? And so they can see, oh, okay, so if he's somewhere within that range, okay, he's fine, whatever. That's goated. But if he goes from 2.6 to 500 and like there's no cause, it's not like, oh, he got raided by a huge fucking YouTuber here or whatever the fuck. And whatever the hell, it's like they can see that. So that's basically what they're saying, is that they're gonna go over the historical data. It's kind of like the IRS doing like a tax audit by going through like your past filings of taxes. It's not like the best one for one example, but it's definitely like the closest thing I can give.
Is applied
and whatnot. So that's what they mean.
Along with the duration of the penalty, and can appeal through the appeals portal. So maybe it's just me, but it seems like they're going to be going off previous data, which says to me right away, if you're someone who's already been doing it, congrats, you now slip through. You're fine. Now, does it deter people?
Which is a fair statement. I mean, if you've been viewbotting, even and because you have to understand, like, viewbotting takes multiple forms too, right? We're not talking about, one day, Bucktooth Billy is over here with 50 viewers, and within a year he's gone up to 500, or sorry, like 2,500, let's just say that, right? You could start off at 50 viewers, right? And then you can give yourself maybe an extra 5 or 10 here, 5 or 10 there, and like you can, and then like basically you can artificially pump it up, and then still while doing that get like actual growth within, because it's kind of like, because realistically streaming boils down to, if a large number of people are in this chat, then it must be good content, right? It's like, oh, if this is a really good show, then a lot of people are watching it, and I have something to talk about and whatnot. And not saying that you will find exactly people in your day-to-day that can watch the same thing, same streamers, but I mean it's the same concept. Oh, I like this game or this concept, and I see 500 other people in this one stream. Oh, they're just like me. But yeah, like I said, people can just slowly artificially inflate it. They can go from like 50 and then maybe bring themselves up to 70. That's not an unrealistic gain. 20 views really isn't unrealistic. And then maybe some of them are actually actual people. Maybe 5 or 6 of them are actual like people. Okay. And then you just slowly go from there, versus, oh, I'm at 2 and then I'm at 2,000. It's so like there is a difference. And he is right. If they're going based off of your past history, if you've been doing this for fucking months, the odds of you getting caught are like slim to none. I even saw another guy, I think it was like Minty TV or TTV, or he's a great content creator, by the way. He even stated that this actually does have a negative effect in the fact of overnight success. I mean, take Queso, for example. He more or less became like an overnight success, right? His clips went everywhere and he started blowing up. So that could also affect people like that are popping off maybe on in Instagram. Maybe like they do some crazy shit on Instagram, right? And it's just popping off, and a lot of people go to that, or even TikTok or YouTube or fucking Pinterest, Reddit. You can name it, dude. So it's a good thing, but it also can like affect a genuine growth too, which is what he brought up. And I don't disagree with him on that. Because if your clips start going off and you start gaining views, it can cause
in the future,
issues.
I would say there's a potential possibility that it does that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think of things like drops, for example. Lots of games do drop incentives. I used to stream a lot of Overwatch, and I still play a lot of Overwatch, but less than I used to. And drops was a big part of the creator economy. In my opinion, it's what props up the entire Overwatch creator.
And it's true too. If you watch Flats would stream for like, dude, I would get worried about this guy. Okay. Flats would stream. I mean, just look at that face. Sometimes you just got to worry about the man. He would stream for like, I think he streamed one time for like just 24 fucking hours, like just straight. I forget if it was like on Overwatch or like Marvel Rivals. One of the two games. I remember it was one of the two. And it was just for drops because people love drops, right? People love free shit. Hell, I was even talking to one of my coworkers about it, and he was telling me how what he would do is when like there was a new drop, he would go to whenever he would come to work, or he would go to class, is he would keep his laptop on and pull up the stream. Because depending on the drops, I mean, you only had to watch between like, I think like 4 to 6 hours, and drop stacked too, right? So like, let's say Overwatch had 2 drops going on, right? Like at the same time, where it's like you watch X amount of hours, you get loot boxes, but you watch X amount of hours and you get like a free spray and a free player title or card, and you know, this limited edition skin, right? That also counts. I mean, the same thing for Marvel Rivals. I mean, we have what? The it was a Gambit and Daredevil. I think it's both of them. They have 2 different drops going on, and you get free skins for 2 different characters, and you just have to watch, and it just fucking artificially, I would say artificially, just jacks up all the numbers, because it's like, well, I'm gonna want these drops, right? I want free shit, so I'm gonna find someone. Oh, this guy has a bunch of views. Let me just go into him and just inflates it
in general. And so what you get is like, you know, you watch for 8 hours, you get a skin on
exactly
Bastion, or you watch 6 hours and you get a loot box, right? And those are real people that are watching, but they're not always watching. They just leave their PC on and leave. But
exactly,
that's still a real person. And you can't tell the difference between someone who's sitting at their PC and not sitting at their PC.
You can't. And also think about it too, is there's a lot of people that like that will put streams on like their TVs, right? Where they'll be cooking dinner or doing chores, or you know, it's like putting the TV on while doing something and you're passively watching it, right? And it's literally just the same thing. It's on, right? And that's an extra number going to either the Twitch stream, or if you just bring back, like, if you were put on TV, it would be like that channel network, which then beefs up the numbers and whatnot. It's just background noise. I mean, even take someone like me. I'll put a stream on and go make lunch. Now, mind you, my computer is in my room and I have to go to my kitchen, and I'm spending like 10, 15 minutes and whatnot. If I take out the trash, right? Same thing. If I have to take out the trash, if I have to go grab a package that's arrived, you know, or maybe I have to run to the store real quick to go grab something, right? I will keep it on, because like, Well, now like you can kind of pause it and not have an issue because of Twitch's rollback feature. We can kind of like rewind. But before that, unless you were watching on YouTube, you couldn't. No, excuse me. You couldn't do any of that at all. It was if you it's like the stream would just keep on going. Like there was no going back. I mean, it's just the same thing. So numbers just artificially go up, and the person technically is, counted, even though like they're not
watching something unless they're chatting, but not everyone actively chats. I argue, especially with older audiences, most people aren't chatting. It's why YouTube has actually become a great streaming platform for myself, especially, where a lot of people actually just put it on their TV and they don't ever say a word, but like they're watching. And
yeah, exactly. I mean, there literally are people. I mean, there are people out there that don't even have cable, like period, end of story. Where they have a nice TV set up in their area, and they have a mini PC plugged in, and they got YouTube, Twitch, Netflix. They have like all the apps, right, and everything, and they just do that, and they never have to pay for cable, but they get like the same shit, and they just pop it on. Like the Twitch is like the new, just put on a fucking TV show and just watch it.
It's grown my channels significantly. I can speak from experience, but the problem though is you do get a big bump in viewership. So what happens if you average say 2,000-3,000 viewers, and all of a sudden drops come out for your game, and you're a streamer that only streams that game, and now you go to 10,000, right? Is Twitch gonna punish you? Are they gonna push you down really hard? I don't know. They might. I think the easier thing here would be that most viewbotters are not really that smart. They're pretty obvious, and for a lot of streamers, it takes a few hours to get to your maximum peak. Like, I'm just going to show you this in my view right now. This tweet from Summit that came out earlier today: streamer viewership peaks around 3 hours. If a streamer is hitting their highest views in the first 30 minutes, they are just built different, I guess. Smile.
And I definitely don't disagree with that too, because I mean, one, like, let's take like streaming time too. Like, think about when I stream, right? I stream like Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. Right now I streamed at 4 p.m. a little after 4 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Saturdays I gotta call in to my other job. Law more money, W more money. Good night, Froggy. Have fun time. And then even on Saturdays I stream like around like noon. Like on Tuesdays, I'm streaming like right after people are getting off of work on the Eastern Seaboard, right? That's not even taking account Central, Mountain, Pacific time, and whatnot, and Oceanic. So it's like I typically do get more people because a lot of people are just getting off of work. I mean, even today, I'm probably not even going to reach a peak until probably like 6 o'clock. And then even on Saturday too, like you stream like Saturday's weird. If like you typically get more viewerships towards the beginning and later half of the day because a lot of people have stuff going on over the weekends. Right? It's, well, I gotta do, I gotta go grocery shopping. I got chores I need to do. I need to fix this up. I gotta, I got a to-do list. So it's just how it is. And so yeah, you do have to,
And like I saw, like Shroud retweeted
this,
and as you see,
you got to do that.
Like a lot of people are responding to it as well. And it's pretty true. Like, it's not always 3 hours. Sometimes it's a little less. Sometimes it's a little more, depending on
it can differ, yeah. All depends on time and everything.
What games they're playing, if they're going to variety, if they change games. That's the other thing is I've never, okay, I know it's a little different with the new age streamers, right? There's a lot of new age streamers that just kind of stream whatever, especially like IRL. But as a gaming streamer for years, if you streamed one game, right? Let's say you streamed it for 3 hours and then you swap to another game, historically, your viewership will go down. Even if it rebounds and goes back up. Let's say, you were playing Overwatch and then you wanted to go play League of Legends, and let's say League of Legends is having some insane event right now and everyone wanted to watch it, whatever reason, it will go down because all the Overwatch people will leave, and then League of Legends people would then appear.
Yep.
But a lot of times there's viewership doesn't move. If anything, it just goes up. And that's just...
Well, yeah, well, I mean, it's true. It's like, You start off at one game and go to another, and then it's like it's like for me that would be like switching from like rivals to in Fortnite, for example, right? I know people have strictly followed me because of Marvel Rivals, and everything. And before, when I was playing a lot of Fortnite, people followed me blatantly for Fortnite. So if I go, hey, I'm gonna go hop off and play this other game, people that want to just watch that game are gonna go dip, and then it's gonna take a minute, or like I use, it's gonna take a hot minute, let me say, for like all the Fortnite people to come in, because then they're gonna see, oh, he's on this game that I want to watch now. Where Viewbotting is just like, oh, I changed games, but I'm still going up with that. Unless you're getting like just rated crazily, that's never gonna happen.
A little odd, I'd say. This also reminds me of the article that came out about a month and a half ago from the CEO of Night Media, where if you don't remember what he said, I'll show it to you. The CEO was talking about viewbotting, and basically they said that if everyone else is doing it, you should too. I would never explicitly say that you should viewbot views on Twitch, other than in the title of this article, but the reality is if you're not viewbotting and everyone else is, you're at a disadvantage. When you're competing in a category where you are buried and you don't have 500 plus viewers, maybe shifting your strategy to paying clippers and buying bots helps a streamer break through. I wanted to see what it would cost to bot a stream, and for $180 a week on Viewbotter, I can get 1,500 followers, 225 quote-unquote chatters, and 750 concurrent viewers. Not bad for less than 800.
Just what the fuck? So you can get 1,500 followers, 225, just chatters, and 750 concurrent viewers. Dude, what the fuck?
$100 a month. Now, the article in general, I'm not going to go too much further into it because a lot of it actually basically said that unless you're cheating, you're not trying, which I don't totally agree with. I think there's a lot of creators that make really, 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 really good content, and honestly, the hardest part about making really, 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 really good content is doing it consistently and having it come out quite often. For those, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon recently. I think of like Wolfie as a good example. If you know anything about Pokemon, World Champ, he has really well edited, polished videos, but you can only really do those once a week at maximum.
Which is true, and that's why like a lot of like these bigger people. I mean, even take people like the Russian Badger who only stream like, not stream, only upload like once a month because of how, well, I mean, he does like a lot of like AR or like live caption stuff, but like even that's crazy. Wolfie VGC, I watched Sir Yacht, who just actually uploaded a video, who does food challenges. A lot of like, I mean, it's hard, it's easier to say that like gaming's like the easiest thing to pump out a lot because you like, I mean, you can take like a game like Dispatch, what I did, you can just record your live reaction to all the different parts or episodes. Boom, you have 8 new videos right there. You can get that done in what, like 4 hours, right? Just like the recording aspect, you have 8, and then you go and they have 8 videos, technically 9 if you would put all of them together and just edit them and send them out, right? And then on top of that, you can pay editors, and a lot of editors, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll hire editors on the other side of the world, right? Like there are people that get editors from like in Indonesia and Australia and everything else. So it's like, I'm a streamer, okay, I just stream for 4 hours, and we completed like Dispatch or whatever. I'm gonna send it over to this guy or this group of people or whomever, and then when I wake up the next day, boom, video. And then I also have someone on a thumbnail too at the same time. So you can just pump shit out. We're actually like sitting down and like hand editing. I mean, Wolfie VGC, I mean, he takes time writing his scripts out. He has like a full-time artist that makes stuff. Like, it's been crazy, and you do have to take the time because you not only just you're not just like recording, but you also like talking about what happened, describing it in your own terms. It's crazy. But again, consistency makes the key. But it's like if you can only upload like once a week, it is kind of difficult unless you get like a large backlog. I mean, she even look at like was it Simple History, like that like stick figure guy. I love his videos. He doesn't have like a lot of video. He hasn't posted in like months because he does his own research and everything. It's crazy.
And streaming on top of that is really hard to do. So if you do
Mm-hmm.
content beyond that, it's really hard to do top tier content.
Chibi Doki too. I mean, she runs all of her own socials and everything. So not only this girl has to stream, she has to do collabs, edits, like everything. Like she does it herself for literally for the love of the game too. And it is hard, you know. Streaming is it's a like everyone thinks streaming is easier than a 9 to 5. In some aspects, it is. Some aspects, it isn't. Um, until you reach like a certain point where you like until you reach like a financial point where you can hire a lot of people to take the burden off, I would arguably say they're about the same up to a certain point. But even then that works to like a 9 to 5 too. Once you get like a lot of money, you can hire, you know, a personal chef, you know, someone to drive you around, you know, so you have to take less time out of your day to do that stuff
Consistently and also do other things. That said, though, it's definitely possible. And so, like, the narrative of like, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, you have to Viewbot is kind of a little bit disingenuous if you make good content.
I'm definitely just for the views. Also, yeah, if you make great content, then like the viewers are gonna come, and whatnot, which is great for anything. I mean, just look at anything like TV show or streaming service or anything. You know, you can drop a new TV show, and if it's ass, then the viewings are going to go down, ratings are going to go down. They're going to get rid of it. But if it's great, then it's the talk of the town for like a month.
Will come through, but it's also a lot of luck as well. Let's not pretend.
It's saying the right keywords to hopefully get hit with, hopefully have the algorithm hit properly, do X, Y, Z, and whatnot. It's fucking crazy to think about.
Let's finish off this tweet. While streamers will be notified, we will not make a follow-up announcement on when we begin these enforcements, and we will not publicly share details when and where these enforcements are applied. Unfortunately, providing details simply makes it easier for companies to work around our interventions. We believe this approach will help us make meaningful progress against viewbotting. We will continue to refining our systems and expand when we apply these enforcements over time. Dan Clancy. Now, do I think that these changes are going to do anything? Not really. I would actually be very surprised if they do.
I personally think it's kind of like a bandage over an open wound, and whatnot. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's definitely a step. Whether or not it's a good step or the right step, is, you know, we're just gonna have to wait and find out. I know there was a lot of people underneath that tweet that were talking about how you need to just like publicly like shame people, and it's like nothing's gonna change. But then it's like at the same time too, it's like kind of crazy if you do that too, because then you just bring like more attention to like that person. I can see it go both ways. The issue is it's just kind of hard to navigate this and get everything just like sort like, you know, get everything done. Like it really is. Also, like to kind of bring it back to is like the whole like Kingsman thing, right? I mean, Kingsman after the whole like 40K drama fucking jumped too. So I mean, what happened to him in that case where everyone started watching him? He was getting rated. I think Flats even rated him at one point, and like it was just, you know, what even happens then?
I think that probably more people are going to get caught in the crossfires for accidentally having higher viewership with like drops or something like that. Yep. Or you could even maliciously do that to someone, where you could have someone else maliciously viewbot your stream.
Which, you know, it has happened to streamers. Streamers have gotten viewbotted, followbot, and everything maliciously, where people just want to get them in trouble. It's like, which, you know, to me, I never understood that on a personal level. It's like, I don't like the streamer, so I'm going to spend my own money to go after them. It's like, you could take that your own money and just done anything better with it,
quote unquote, like someone else's. And then after doing it for like a week or two, well, then they're going to get slapped down by Twitch for viewbotting, even if they're not the ones doing it. It could be used as a harassment tool, because it will then punish them and actually doesn't reward them, right? So like historically, if somebody viewbots your channel, even if you don't want it. I've had it happen to me. Like I was playing Rivals one time. Someone viewbotted my YouTube stream to over 100,000 views. And then I had a suspicion it was coming because someone was like chatting, like, we should have more viewers in here. Like, we should get this over to 100,000. I was like, uh-oh, here it comes. And then it shot up and then it just dries off after. But like you could actually do damage to someone's career that way. And that does make me a little sad because realistically, when I started streaming 6 years ago, I'm getting closer to 6.5 years now, it was something I started doing
I think he had to stop himself from making a 6-7 joke.
out of necessity. I loved watching Twitch. I was only a PC gamer for about a year and a half at that point. Coming from console, Twitch culture really wasn't a thing. And I'd really come to enjoy
which is true. A lot of console players don't really watch Twitch or anything. I mean, even when I was on a console, like during college, I didn't really get into like Twitch or anything until I switched to like PC gaming, and whatnot, because like I wouldn't really care. Like I would go on YouTube and watch like videos, but like I wasn't like watching like Twitch streamers or anything else like that.
watching streams, and I did it at the start of COVID, and I was able to make a living, get out of debt, and build an amazing community and meet some of my greatest friends that I could have ever met, many that I still hang out with and talk to every day to this day through streaming. And today I look at the space and I can see that no, people don't really want to talk to each other as much. People don't hang out. They don't raid each other. If you do raid somebody, a lot of times their chat just instantly leaves. No one really says anything. Collaborations are still pretty common, but less so. A lot of people like to abuse the stream together feature. If you've never seen the nice small streamer special where like 7 people get together and they just leave their stream on 24/7, and then they're not even playing games together. They're like in all different categories. They all
Yeah, people would do that because I think that's like a whole separate like other thing that Twitch like just like sends out. Like, I think we're going like on the front page. Hold on, let me just look at the front page real quick. There was like a whole section of like recommendations of like streaming together, right? It's like, what was it? You have the front page, and then I have the live channel, like basically my followers, and I have drops enabled in categories. Then Marvel Rivals, Team FPS, indie games, and then I have League, and then I have streaming together. I have Calypso, shout out Calypso, she's amazing. Who's on there, but I also have like a bunch of other people that I have no idea who the hell these people are. So they're getting up there, right? Like they're being shown. But again, people are just like using and abusing it too. And whatnot.
Have like 20 viewers, 15 viewers, 10 viewers, right? And then maybe there'll be one guy who's actually live with like 60 viewers, and they all combine together their chats and their streams so that one person has 200, so it's combined 250 viewers, and so they're higher in the category and basically boosting them all up. And
yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about that, like in terms of like, getting like 4 or 5 different streamers together and then just all streaming like your main game. Because you don't even have to be in a call with these people. You just have to, click knock or click accept, and I mean, that's it.
People do it sometimes with like offline accounts as well, and that whole system just kind of is shit. I understand the idea of stream together was like a cool idea in theory, but most people just abuse it to try to force their way to the.
I mean, it was because there was before stream together, when people would collaborate and like stream like their different POVs to stuff, there's only like there was a certain website where we basically had to go to the website, enter in the channel names of the streamers who are together, and then paste that. So basically everyone had to go to an external website to even watch people, like all the different POVs, and then you could click between like the different chats and whatnot, versus stream together where it's like you can combine the chats and then like you can only just click on the other person and go see their POV.
The category.
So the idea is great, but people just, they use and abuse it just like anything else.
And so like I really have never thought about the idea of like, like, oh yeah, we got a Viewbot here. Like I am, to not sound arrogant, maybe I do sound arrogant, I feel like I'm pretty successful with streaming, especially YouTube. I run 4 YouTube channels pretty consistently, and we get good viewership on almost everything we do. My variety used to not be as good, but it's gotten better over time, and I do maybe a little bit less Rivals and Overwatch these days, but there's only so much a man can do. And so like I've never really thought about it, but like sometimes when you open up these Twitch streams and you see like 20, 30, 40,000 viewers, and you think to yourself like, man, like how are they getting there, right? And you go and check, and they're there within their first like 15 minutes of streaming, and it's like, huh, that's odd. It's kind of strange. That said, though, I really do hope that they crack down on it, but more importantly, actually, I hope that this doesn't scare away potential advertisers, because this could be detrimental to YouTube. It could be detrimental to Twitch.
Personally, I don't think I mean, I do think this could affect advertisers, but I think Twitch has like a bunch of other like issues that would affect the advertisers more. Like the whole, what was it, that one girl who made what was it, fucking basically had like, now it's like 2 different people in gimp suits as like their air quote pets, and they like there's nothing being done about them because it's technically within TOS. But why wouldn't advertisers want to advertise on a channel like that, right?
Be detrimental to TikTok if they're having botting problems as well, which I'm not sure if they are. But regardless, though, the fight against Viewbots is almost like the fight against cheaters in video games. It's always an uphill struggle. You never really can totally win. You can only just do the best you can, and I guess we all got to do the best